Welcome to GospelKorea TV. USA Today is one of the top newspapers by circulation in America. In fact, in a website called Agility PR Solutions, according to their posting updated in January 2020, USA Today ranked number 1 most circulated newspapers in America. And the article I want to share with you on this video is from USA Today, and the title is No, the US does not need European-style hate speech laws. This article was posted on 8th of November 2019 by Jonathan Turley. As usual, the link of the original article is in the description for you if you wish to visit the USA Today website and read the full article yourself. Hate speech law is one of the most controversial agenda in overall anti-discrimination laws. Simply put, it basically condemns you if you say anything mean to other people and hurt their feelings. There is an increased restriction on what you are allowed to say and what you're not allowed to say based on this law. And if you are one of those people who enjoy your freedom of speech, then this law will be a problem for you as well. Bearing that in mind, here are the main points from the article. Roughly about 7 years ago, former Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, William O. Douglas, from Democratic Party, warned that the restriction of free speech is the most dangerous of all subversions. It is the one un-American act that could most easily defeat us. But ironically, the Democrats are now voting for restricting the free speech in America, quite contrary to their original stance decades ago. The article gives example of how European nations are routinely charging people for hate speech, which is any form of speech that might be deemed offensive or insulting to any group. Countries like France, Germany, and England are at the center of this controversy, and they are taking dramatic measures to punish those who commit hate speech crimes. For instance, in France, 12 protesters were fined for supporting boycott of Israel campaign. In Denmark, a politician was convicted for burning Qurans. In Germany, a politician was criminally charged for calling migrants scum. In England, a Baptist minister was jailed for preaching against homosexuality. Also in England, a man was investigated after telling a Nelson Mandela joke. The problem of these hate speech laws or anti-discrimination laws overall is that the wording they use is so general, so no one can be sure that they're committing a crime or not. For example, France bans incitement to racial discrimination, hatred, or violence based on race, origin, ethnic group, religion, or national identity, including within the perimeter of private conversations. Or in the UK, you can be arrested for language deemed threatening, abusive, insulting, or likely to cause harassment, alarm, or distress. But since the law is enforced not based on how the words are intended, but rather how they are received or perceived by the third parties, it leaves a huge gray area for the accusers to benefit from, while leaving the defendant vulnerable to exaggerated or even false accusations. The author ends the article with a quote from Benjamin Franklin. It says, "Whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must begin by subduing the freeness of speech." Now, perhaps the author was intending to show that there are political powers behind hate speech laws and overall anti-discrimination laws. The hate speech law movement is happening right now in Korea as well, but honestly, they're tapping into something that is beyond their control without a careful consideration of the proven negative outcome the law has. With a little wisdom, we can actually learn from the mistakes of other nations. There are people from certain countries who would give their lives for freedom of speech. There are people who would risk everything to be able to freely speak out their opinions to the authorities and governments. In Korea, we already have that freeness, which didn't cost this generation anything to gain. And if we allow hate speech laws in Korea, then it would mean that we're giving up our rights to free speech and permitting political powers to take control over our freedom. And it could be easy for you to just throw it away because you never fought to earn it. But it would take tremendous effort and sacrifice to regain it once it's gone. I'm not saying that we should endorse genuine hate speech. I'm not saying it's okay to bully minority groups. I'm not saying it's okay to insult anyone. I oppose that, and so has GospelKorea. We just don't agree with the idea of genuinely speaking to somebody with hatred. But it is also not okay to oppress our freedom by force, to let the government decide what is okay to say and what is not. Do you think by banning hate speech will allow people to be more friendly toward each other? Do you think by banning hate speech there will be no more discrimination, no more violence? Will people encourage each other and not discourage each other if we ban hate speech from our society? I don't think so. Many people are missing the point. The problem is a people's heart, not the law. When you respect someone, you respect them from the heart, not from the law. When you love someone, it's from the heart, not from the law. And when you show sympathy to someone, it's from the heart, not from the law. The whole discrimination issue is a problem of the heart, not the law. We already have basic laws providing us a very good guideline regarding discrimination, and the rest is actually up to the decision of our heart. The root of the problem is our empty heart. Some people choose to fill it with hatred, victim mentality, anger, self-righteousness, pride, and everything that comes from the devil. We cannot fix this through amendment of law. Implementing hate speech laws would just mean there will be another form of discrimination with different victims and different problems. The law is not the solution. The solution to our empty heart is Jesus. He can heal us. He can restore the brokenness of our hearts. It doesn't have to be complicated. Jesus is the simple solution to this day and age. For all Christians, let's represent Jesus the way He would want us to. Let's show the love of Jesus to people who don't know Him yet. Let's be light and salt in the world. And for those of you who don't know Jesus, please contact GospelKorea. We will pray for you. And we will ask Jesus to heal the emptiness of your heart. Now remember, banning hate speech is not the solution. So do not give consent to anyone to take away your freedom. Thank you for watching. Jesus loves you.